Roadrunners, this is Michelle Casa, Senior Financial Aid Advisor at Rio Hondo College. So you've applied for financial aid, so what happens next? So I'm going to be going over the next steps within your financial aid. We want to make sure that you have a successful first semester here at Rio Hondo College. So whether you're new, you're a continuing student, or you took some time off and you're coming back to Rio Hondo College, we encourage all students to apply for financial aid. Doesn't matter if you didn't qualify from one year to the next. Every academic year, every year, it's different criteria. So we want to make sure that you are applying for financial aid, whether it's the FAFSA or the California DREAM Act application. So we do not encourage students to complete both applications. So that can cause a delay within your financial aid. So if you are unsure what application to complete, please visit our office, contact us. We'll be able to guide you on what application you are eligible to apply for. So we get this question asked a lot. If there are separate applications for the different types of awards or financial aid a student could qualify for, so the answer is no, there's not a different application. When you are completing either the FAFSA or the California DREAM Act application, you're applying to see what type of financial aid you qualify for that's listed here. So when you filled out your financial aid application, you're not done yet. You do have to check your status within financial aid here at Rio Hondo College. So making sure that you have your first, last name, date of birth, your social security with your DREAM ID. So students, when they are registering their account with Rio Hondo, DREAM Act students, you won't utilize the social security number. You will be able to utilize your DREAM ID. The easiest way I encourage students to check their application is going under the Rio Hondo homepage. Under financial aid, you would check my application status. So what will appear? It's gonna have you confirm your student information, and that's where I stated I want you guys to have your information with you, what you reported on your financial aid application, what you're gonna be filling out here. If you do get an error message, just keep in mind if you just recently completed your application, it can take about 7 to 10 days for the application to come in. If you know you've completed your application months ago, weeks ago, and you're still getting an error message, please contact our office. There might be some problem with your application coming in manually, so we will have to bring it in. There could be multiple reasons why your application didn't come in. So just please contact our office if you are getting that error message. So verification process, 30% of the population does get selected for verification. This is something that we do not have control over. We do not select you. The Department of Education does select you for verification. So we do have to request documentation where we have to compare what was reported on your financial aid application or your California DREAM Act to what is being reported on verification. So we sometimes have to verify household size, income, any type of additional information that is being requested. So that's where we encourage students to check what is being required. We have sometimes we have students go throughout the entire semester without checking this, and then it causes a delay within their financial aid. So we want to make sure in the summertime you are checking and you're creating your account to see if you are required to turn in this documentation. The sooner the better. So students are able to e-sign. This is the fastest way. It doesn't require you to print out anything. You will have to do all this digitally online. Your parents and yourself can request an e-signature. If you decide you do not want to e-sign and you actually want to fill out the form, print it out, there is a way you could opt out. Just keep in mind you are going to be responsible to upload this documentation. We'll print this documentation out, upload it, and make sure all pages are uploaded correctly. So this is what it would look like. It will give you an option to upload. Just making sure that you upload all the pages, but also hit the submit button. Sometimes we have students check their status within financial aid, and when we are checking, unfortunately, they did not hit submit, and it doesn't go into our queue where advisors can start verifying your documentation. So please make sure you hit submit if you are uploading this documentation. So non-filers. So we do have students or parents that weren't obligated to file taxes for 2018. That's completely fine. But we do need to see what sources of income they are providing to the household size. So if there is a W-2, we will request a W-2. If there's additional income that wasn't reported, we will need to know that information. So that's where advisors will request this documentation. It will either be requested onto your student account, or also it will be emailed to you if it is being requested at a later time. IRS tax transcripts. So students or parents can request the IRS tax transcripts if they did file their taxes for 2018. There is a delay due to COVID-19. However, if you are able to request your tax transcripts, you are going to request your 2018 tax return transcripts. So not account transcripts. Sometimes we do have students or parents turning in the account. These strictly have to be tax return transcripts. So acceptable documentation. Due to COVID, we are currently accepting 1040s. So when your parents or yourself do your taxes for that year, you will get this big tax packet. These are your 1040s. This is what you could upload in lieu of your tax return transcripts if they are not available or you're unable to request them. Just make sure all the pages are scanned and there's a signature on the tax forms, and upload everything and make sure you hit submit. So financial aid notification. So you did your FAFSA California Dream Act application. You turned in all the documents, which, like I stated, it can take 8 to 10 weeks, just depending on the advisor's workload. You will get notified on your financial aid amounts, and you can check this on your Access Reel, which we'll go over in a later slide. Bank Mobile. So this is a third-party bank that will disperse funds to students. So FAFSA students will receive a mailed welcome packet. It's a green envelope to the address that we have on file. So if you recently moved or you need to get your address updated, I would do that as soon as possible with admissions and records. FAFSA students, you must select the refund preference. So this is how you want your financial aid to be dispersed. You could either be deposited to your own personal bank account, which we encourage you to do. Create a bank account with Bank Mobile. GMAC students, your funds will be processed through Bank Mobile. However, you will be sent a mail, your disbursement will be sent as a check to the address that you have with admissions and records. Again, if that is incorrect or you need to update it, I would update it as soon as possible. So this is what it would look like once you have created the account. Just keep in mind, please write down your email and your password for Bank Mobile. We have no way of resetting or any type of access to getting your account activated once you have registered your account. So it's extremely important that you save all this information. You'll be able to check your refund status, update your refund preference if you change your mind. If you want to do Bank Mobile or you want to set up your own personal bank account, you have access to change all of this. You could check your refund history, what has been dispersed. This will have all the information that is needed throughout the semester, what has been dispersed to you. If you do not receive the green envelope once you have registered, the semester has started, please contact our office. We are able to generate a Bank Mobile code to you. You have 24 hours to activate this code. So if you don't have that green envelope, just make sure you follow up with our office if the semester has started and you have not received it. So the customer identification program, this is with Bank Mobile. It is an identification verification process that they put in place. However, we have no control of what is going to be accepted or not. They do list on the frequently asked questions. They do have a list of the documentation that is going to be acceptable. Bank Mobile is very strict. I have had students, they have to take pictures, and it can't be blurry. The pictures have to be in color. So just making sure that whatever is being requested is done correctly. If not, they will hold your funding until the identification verification is completed. Disbursements. All our disbursement dates will be posted online. So before receiving any type of disbursement, making sure that you do all of the following. You must ensure that all the requirements are completed. If you still have outstanding documentation, you are not eligible for a disbursement. You must be enrolled and take classes. Just keep in mind, if you have classes that are starting late in the semester, that can cause a delay within your financial aid. Keep in mind, we cannot disperse any type of financial aid unless your class actually starts. And making sure that you meet satisfactory academic progress, and we will talk about that in a later slide as well. So checking your financial aid award, this is something you can do on your Access Rio portal. So you would go under finances and making sure that you check the correct academic year. So if your first semester is fall 2020, that is part of the 2021 academic year. Keep in mind that academic year will cover fall of this year, spring of next year, and then summer of next year as well. So this is going to be like your award letter. What have you been awarded? So for example, on this student's file, the student has only been awarded the California Promise. It's still early within the academic year, so nothing else has been awarded. Once we start awarding students and what they're eligible for in financial aid, all the awards will be listed on there. So the cost of attendance, a lot of students get panic when they see this. Just keep in mind the cost of attendance just refers to the student's budget. It's just an estimate what the cost is of what a student's going to be eligible for, or what it could cost for a student to attend college. Staying financial aid eligible. So satisfactory academic progress is extremely important. A student must maintain a cumulative GPA of a 2.0 point average at the end of every semester, complete at least 67% of attempted units, and do not exceed 90 attempted units. So for example, the 67%, if a student's enrolled in 12 units, we have a little chart here. They must at least complete 8 units for it to count as good semester. Same thing for the GPA. If your GPA falls below a 2.0 at the end of that semester, you will be placed under probation. So if you have 2 consecutive semesters where your GPA falls below a 2.0 or you're not completing at least 67%, you will be placed under financial aid suspension. I have seen students sit an entire academic year without receiving financial aid because they are suspended. So you can appeal this decision. However, you will have to provide documentation if there was something out of your control, an extenuating circumstance that was the reason you failed those 2 semesters. You can appeal. You will have to meet with a counselor, get an educational plan, provide that documentation, and everything will be uploaded on your student account, which you can request the appeal the beginning of August. So contacting us. We are available through email. We do respond within 24 to 48 hours. Voicemails, we will also return your calls within 24 hours. If you would like to meet with a financial aid advisor, we are available on Zoom. Our password is listed there. Chat box, if you want to chat with one of us, we are available on the Rio Hondo homepage. You could chat with a financial aid advisor, and then just staying connected. Making sure that you follow us on Instagram if you want to have any type of updates, if we have any workshops or anything, deadlines that are coming, we will be listed on there. So with email, phone call, and chat box, we encourage all students to be very detailed on either the email or the voicemail, and also extremely important that you include your student ID number as well. We will not be able to provide any information if you don't have your student ID. We want to make sure we can assist you with any questions you have within financial aid. Thank you.